we've chatted enough about that. What I do want to talk about, and this is equally shocking in my opinion, equally shocking. We talked about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. It was a tremendous fight. Well, Tyson Fury was tremendous. We talked about it on the last show. But since then, excuse me, pardon me. Since then, Deontay Wilder has come out, and Harrington O'Brien, do you have the exact quote, please? But he is blaming the elaborate costume that he had on when he did his ring entrance. And it was quite the get-up that he had on. It was cool. It was very, futuristic and robotic. And I don't know how you describe it, like a fucking robot vampire or something. But it was cool. But he's saying now that the weight of that thing, it was like 40 kilos. He's saying the weight of it is what made his legs tired. And therefore, that is why he lost the fight, which I'm just sorry. Oh, my God. Get a fucking grip. First off, how cool is that outfit, though?
What do you mean by cool?
What, you don't think that outfit's cool?
Not as a walkout outfit. No, not cool. That's not what I would say.
So all right, in what capacity is it cool? Hold on, I'll go first. I think like the main boss at the end of a video game, he walks out with that and you're like, oh God, this is going to be hard. Get some fucking extra credits ready because I'm not going to beat him on the first go.
That would be cool. Or like, let's say you say some sort of like evil spell to summon Satan, and one of his guards pops up out of the ground, and that showed like that's a fucking cool Satan guard outfit. That makes sense.
He's like the guy. Which one was it? Stannis on Game of Thrones when the Vision came and killed his brother and stuff. Something like that. That would be cool. You're right. Maybe walking into a ring, not the best choice, but still, that's what he does, right? And he's saying that he got heavier. Harrington O'Brien, do we have the exact quote, perhaps?
Yeah, I got it here. He didn't hurt me at all. The simple fact is that my uniform was too heavy for me. Wilder told Yahoo Sports, I didn't have no legs from the beginning of the fight. In the third round, my legs were just shot all the way through. But I'm a warrior, and people know that I'm a warrior. I could easily be that I told I didn't have legs or anything. A lot of people were telling me it looked like something was wrong with you. Something was. But when you're in the ring and you have to bluff a lot of things, I tried to do my best. I didn't have no legs because of my uniform.
Well, embarrassed if he did. Yeah, I'd be embarrassed as well. Deontay Wilder, I'm just going to throw it out there, should be fucking embarrassed. Listen, the fact of the matter is he's hurt. He lost the fight, and he's looking for something to blame, someone to blame, just some other reason for him to have lost that fight. And the problem is because he is so good, because he is undefeated, his brain, he just can't compute it. He can't handle the fact that he was beaten by a much better man on that night. Now, perhaps the weight may have detracted a little bit, but that was your choice. You chose to wear that. You must have tried it on. Even when you put it on backstage, you might have thought, you know what? Fuck this. This is too heavy. Take this off me. You went out there. You got beaten. Tyson Fury landed a lot of big, heavy punches, right? And you're just embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. Just hold your hand up and say, listen, I was beaten by the better man. Take advantage of the rematch clause in your contract and go and try and do better next time. Don't look for something as laughable as blaming your costume for the reason why you lost. I mean, come on, get a grip. This pisses me off because a lot of fighters do this. A lot of fighters, when they get beat, I don't know, maybe I've done it as well. I don't think I have. But when they get beat, they look for something to blame. Yeah. More often than not, you were just beaten by the better man.
Yeah, 40 pounds. It was a 40-pound suit. I was trying to figure out the math on kilos because I have no idea, but it's actually 40 pounds. $60,000.
It was 40 pounds, but it's 2.2 pounds to a kilo, so it's probably about 16 kilos, which, let me tell you, isn't very heavy. I mean, yeah, okay, it'd get tiring after a while, but it's not that heavy. I mean, think of soldiers, Marines, soldiers, infantry members going out there for hours and hours and hours on exercise with these backpacks on, with their guns, their boots, all that shit. He fucking had it on for 5 minutes walking to the cage. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like he had to do fucking pull-ups in it. He had to walk to the cage, and I mean, maybe there's some here's a reality. You sort of touched on it there, which is like he probably believes that at this point. Like somewhere he was able to connect those dots in his head. He was like, fuck, that was it. That was my moment. Like a lot of times you play back a loss in your head. You're like, what was the moment? And in his mind, he was like, God damn it. It was when I was sitting down with that costume designer and I decided to do this Black History Month $60,000 king outfit. Look, it's stupid. Nobody wants to hear that. who am I don't know, man. He's a great boxer. He knows more about promoting himself than I know about promoting myself as a boxer. So sure, maybe I'm wrong about it, but I just don't like any excuses. Even if they're real, even if that's the truth, even if they came in with a scientist and said that that's the reason he lost that fight, I just don't want to hear it. I want to hear from the fighter, hey man, the better man won. I'm going to come back and I'm going to beat him. And you keep that as your trump card in your head. You go, cool, you know what? He has no idea that it was that costume. And you go and use it and you win the next fight. It sounds like making excuses. And fight fans, I don't think they want to hear excuses. They just want to hear that you're ready to go and fight again.
Well, it's damaging your reputation even further because you went out there, you had a bad fight, you got beat. You're no longer the champ, okay? So your reputation is taking damage for sure. Then on top of that, you got two ways you can play. You can be a man, you can hold your hand up and say, you know, I was beaten by the better man, but I've got a rematch clause. I'm going to take advantage of that and try and get him again. And even if you lost in the rematch again, they'd be like, well, so what? He had the balls to try again. But to stand back and then blame it on a costume, to look for any excuse, it's just not attractive. It's not attractive, and it further damages your reputation. Now you're no longer the champ, and now you're stretching. You're coming out with stupid things like that, So Deontay, man, I'm a big fan of you as a boxer. I love watching him fight. It's super exciting. I like the way he handles himself outside the octagon as well. I find him very compelling to talk. I like to listen to him talk. He speaks very, very interestingly. But it's funny, going into that fight, he was talking about murdering somebody. He said he wants a body on his record. He said, which is shocking, to be honest. And I don't know if he really meant that. But if you're going to go out there and you're going to talk about possibly ending somebody's life in a boxing match, you got to be fucking man enough to accept that you got beat and not blame it on your fancy fucking costume. You know what I mean?
You better at least lose a close decision. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
I'm going to murder him. What? He's got knocked the fuck out in 7 rounds.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, go out on your shield. I mean, there's got to be some kind of joke there with the fucking suit of armor that he had on. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but you live by the sword, die by the sword. You want to go out on your shield. I don't know. You're the comedian, Lewis. Give me a joke there. Come on. Perform, monkey.
Whoa.
I like Lewis.
Thank you, Brendan. Thank you.
All right,
Brendan.
that's an expression. Come on.
That is true.